The economy generating a lot more jobs than was expected, certainly last month, 304,000 of them. That is despite the shutdown. By now, you've heard that wages were also sprinting ahead. Third month in a row, we've seen better than 3% growth, 3.2% from a year ago. Let's get the read on all of this that the markets seem to like because it is part of that Goldilocks mix of news here. John Bussey, the Wall Street Journal. We've also got the former New York Congresswoman and a doctor. I'm always reminded she's a doctor. She's a very, very smart lady in her own right. Ann Hayworth. And I'm not saying just being a Congresswoman is not being proof that you're smart.
You could argue that.
I have to dial that one back.
You could argue that one, yeah.
And last but not least, after the Bell co-host Conall McShane, Dr. Congresswoman, let me get your take on this sort of perfect mix report that we got that got a lot of this buying going.
You know, especially as we head into the 2020, we're in the 2020 political cycle. Tax cuts and deregulation work. I think that is the overwhelming message of today. Markets, of course, as we know, go up and down. They're substantially emotionally driven. That's why presidents should never point to the markets.
Marry yourself one way or the other.
Don't marry yourself to the markets. But we know this economy is driving forward, and it is because, and we hear it from entrepreneurs, we hear it from job creators, we hear it from working Americans. The business climate is tangibly better than it was under President Obama and the Democrats.
Well, you know, I mean, this is the 100th month, was it, John, of job gains?
Yeah.
We've seen. So, you know, the worrier in everyone, whether you credit this president or the prior president, is that's a long recovery and that's a long job spurt. And you always wait, God, can we keep it going?
Yeah, it stretches all the way back through the Obama administrations. No, this was a good jobs report. It not only showed jobs being created, but it showed more people coming in that had kind of left the workforce. It showed wages rising. That's really good.
Good enough, do you think, to get the Federal Reserve's attention now to hold off?
Well, see, but the Federal Reserve had weighed in a day before, right?
Yeah.
And sort of signaled, or a couple of days before, the signal that they are going to hold off a little bit, and they were backtracking a bit, and you have to wonder why. So what data are they looking at that says they're concerned about a slowdown in the future? They're concerned about those tax cuts, perhaps leading to rising deficits in this country, rising debt in this country.
Spending is the main driver, though. We know that.
But the tax cuts had a piece of it. So what
they had known, by the way, the broad parameters of the jobs news when they were talking a couple of days ago?
They could have, and you would have thought that would have led them to not say anything, right? Because this is a robust economy, and the Fed had every sort of right to come down on this as, look, we're going to keep on the table 3 rate cuts, 3 rate increases, 2 rate increases next year, but they didn't do that. They signaled to the market that we're going to hold back a bit. Maybe they see these trade negotiations with China not working to the economic advantage of the U.S. Maybe they see something else out there they're concerned about.
What do you think, Tom?
Well, whatever they see, I think the big picture kind of theme of what we're seeing today and what we've seen in the data recently is it kind of adjusts our time frame for everything. So I don't think it necessarily changes the what, but it does change the when on certain things. So like, say, for example, at the end of last year, everybody was talking about when the economy would slow down. Was it an early 2019 story, late 2019, sometime in 2020? Whatever your view on that was, now it's being pushed back a little bit, which I think affects our kind of day-to-day life. But to the point Nan was making a few minutes ago, it also affects our politics heading into 2020.
But now I'm thinking, you know, come to that point, if you're, if forget about what the Fed might think or rethink, and I to John's point, it might have had this factored in. But now the markets are going to think, and it's not evident today so far, boy, maybe you risk getting behind the curve here.
I think there's a reason it's not evident today so far, because like anyone you talk to thinks that the Federal Reserve, even if they're going to kind of make that pivot to raising rates again, is not going to do that tomorrow. They're not going to do that next week, probably not even going to do it next month, because if you're the Fed and you
But the markets don't expect any move this year. Right?
Exactly, but so just say for argument's sake they bought themselves 6 months, not even bought themselves, but almost kind of guaranteed, almost painted themselves back into a corner, because the criticism of the Federal Reserve was that they were kind of in the president's pocket or whatever the case may be, and they were kind of following what he was doing. Now, what are you going to say if you're Jerome Powell? I'm patient, and then 2 days later this report comes out and says, well, I've lost all my patience. It's like you can't really do it now. So I think the market is looking at this and saying we've bought ourselves time.
Well, you know, all this, what was startling about this report, Nan, is that it occurred in a shutdown month. So much of the government was shut down throughout the month, effectively. And we had this robust growth. Now, I'm wondering, given the ongoing talks, in 2 weeks we could be facing all this all over again. Then what?
Look, we know that shutting down the federal government does cause jitters. I don't think it redounds particularly to the political benefit of either side to.
Do you think it's going to happen again, or do you think the president declares an emergency?
I think the president would declare a state of emergency before he would pursue a shutdown. And at that point, with another caravan approaching, with the enormous fentanyl bust that they just had, I think the president would have some justification for saying, look, we have a crisis here that I am compelled to address. The Democrats won't do it. And it's going to be in.
But he'll be doing that for the State of the Union on Tuesday, right? With Nancy Pelosi right behind him making faces, right?
Yes. You just summed it up. That's exactly what's going to happen.